Well, good evening, everybody. Boy, that countdown snuck up on me. Good to see you. How's all the early birds tonight? 10 people here. Well, that's okay. That's all right. Off to a good little start. Let me say hi to everybody. Who we got here? Jody chimed in 4:30, the clear winner today, first of the chat. And Paul, drone bum, how you doing, buddy? Mike, GFO drone and tech guy, said he'll be back in about 30 minutes, and that was about 30 minutes ago, so he's probably back. Jaybird, Jody, AZ, Arizona drone dude, how you doing? Rick Halber, how you doing, my friend? Rick says he's at the doctor's office right now getting an ultrasound, and we're everywhere with this show. We're virtually everywhere in doctors' offices around the country. And who else? Yowie P51, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for coming in before work. Yeah, you're talking to us from the future. And Ed's here. How you doing, Ed? Love my drones. Good to see you. Pond and More, how you doing? And Hot Rod, how you doing, buddy? Up there in Daytona. Good to see you. Pete Nunez is here. Hi, Pete. How you doing? I missed you this morning. Long story. And that's about it. So I actually have an early bird guest here tonight. So I will go ahead and bring him in with a round of applause, if I can find my applause button. There he is. Oh, should I have done this?
Well, no, because Art goes,
Oh.
I have to have something different, right?
Everybody's got to have an entrance. Absolutely. How you doing, Dan?
Man. Got to. I'm good. I'm good. I think I seem to have cut out too much light now. I put up a thing, and now I'm kind of dark. That sucks.
Yeah, but much better than it was before. Dan, we talked for a few minutes before the show, and he had the bright sun shining right on the side of his face. It looked real Hollywood. It looked real Hollywood. Oh yeah, real Hollywood. A little scary, actually.
I tried to do something about it. This is a little too dark.
Good deal. Good to see you. How you feeling?
Oh man. Well, they gave me some stuff that kind of bloated me again with water weight. So I'm curious about that. They're testing my liver right now, and they're doing some salty thing to it. And unfortunately, I can't take the water pills, which my body has a real tendency to just harness water weight. Lots of it. Probably closer to 20 pounds of excess, at all times. My body tries to just maintain that. And so if I'm not taking water pills, then I kind of blow up again pretty fast. But yeah, so about 10 pounds of water weight in the past 3 days now has been captured just because of the salt test that they're doing on my liver. So that's interesting. It also bloated my stomach. That's uncomfortable. I'm not sure I like this new testing they're doing. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is.
Hopefully it'll be temporary. It looks like you're dressed in a Ed says it looks like we're wearing the same shirt.
I did that for you.
Very good, man. You're catching on. I appreciate that. And I just gave you a wrench. For some reason, you didn't have a wrench. Now, I know I've given you a wrench in the past. So
because I'm fairly certain I've asked not to have a wrench.
Oh, you want me to take it away?
I do that, but I don't think it matters now because YouTube removed the settings where if you're a wrench, you used to not be able to click on people's avatar. It would only give you the options to kick them out or blah, blah, blah. It would make it really hard to join new people that were in the chat. And now they've done away with that. It doesn't matter if you're a wrench or you're not.
I don't think it makes any difference.
So feel free to wrench me up, bud.
I did. Now that's no guarantee lately that YouTube is going to actually make it happen. They've been screwing up royally lately on you give somebody a wrench and it doesn't take. So type something in the chat. Let me see if it took.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, let's see if you turn blue. See if we're going to have that problem tonight.
This will be fun. I don't even know if it'll allow this, but
yeah. Be nice. Yeah. Boob. Okay, good.
Oh, it was supposed to say Bob. What did I say?
Boob. That's good. That's all right. No problem.
We'll just extend the O for Bob.
Yeah. Evidently, YouTube doesn't consider that an offensive word. Yes.
I like to test my luck every now and then. You know.
Yeah. And speaking of questionable, let me bring in Mr. Back from the Sky. Let's see. I've been trying to find a sound effect for him. How about this one?
Oh, Los.
And they're off.
Dan the man. I like
Hi,
your
Carlos.
flowers. I'm gonna go get a curtain one day and just put it around me.
Yeah,
That's all you got to do. Just harness the energy of the curtain
Get a
light.
beach towel. Get a beach towel or
I have one.
bathrobe, pajamas. Anything will work. Anything with big flowers on it. Flowers and palm trees.
Oh man, Mr. Rick Calvert
I
just
should've-
told us hello, Bob, Ed, 4i, and all you other peoples out there. Good
Drone
Bob is
Days,
here.
Chris.
Drone Days. Good to see you, my friend. And Four-Eyed Canine is here. How you doing? I don't think I missed
curtain works,
anybody.
anything, yeah.
Yeah.
Took those birds out the other day and had a lot of fun. Well, what did I do?
I saw the video today
13 batteries
with
worth.
the schizo. I
Yeah.
saw the schizo today. I thought I saw you get a tiny little blink of something in the message department. What was that? What did it say?
4 stars. Just 4 quick little.
Just for an instant.
Yes,
but other than that,
real quick.
it seemed pretty steady to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, all
I
good.
think there was it looked like you had a little dirt on the lens.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I got
Do me a
thing.
favor real quick. Just squash the QC homo guy. There's no need for that, man. We're not going to talk about Chris in here. We're not going to do that kind of stuff. QC needs to roll.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Who is he? I never even heard of him.
It's just a troll making fun of QC, the QC guy, the quality control guy, Chris.
Oh, okay.
There's no reason. It's like I said, it's just not necessary. Even though I'm having an issue with the guy, I still don't see that as being a necessary thing to do.
I never had it. He's never been in here before. Dan, how did he find us?
and he probably won't ever be in here.
How did he find you? Anyway.
I've known Chris since the days of Hubson. Chris wanted to be me at the time and couldn't. So when I left Hubson, he saw that as his opportunity to be the new Hubson guy, and he took advantage of it. He did his thing, and I have nothing against that.
All right, enough of the drama. What are we looking at that you just showed us? You put up.
All right, so Tomas Ariels, how you doing, Tomas?
Coast to
Agent
quad,
is he Jaybird? I don't think so.
Dan?
Oh,
you're just showing us.
Yeah, I was just saying that's unnecessary. Whoever's doing that, guys, that's really unnecessary. If you can't say it to their face, don't say it at all.
All right.
So what do you got there, Dan? What is that?
So this is the new Iron Man Stealth RT build. This is the one I was telling you guys about. This is the Stealth RT frame, and we've come to call it the Iron Man. It's rad, man, but it's having some serious VTX problems right now. No matter what cap that we put on this thing, it's still got a ton of noise in it.
Got a lot of wavies in it.
Yeah, man, it's pretty severe. So we still have to go back through this. These are all brand new components. So this is a fresh build, brand new motors, brand new everything. It's a completely fresh build with all new parts. And obviously we Frankensteined it. We chose our rush stack, and we went through this thing and really chose some decent parts for it. So to be getting this much noise, there seems to be an issue. So I'm not quite sure what we did wrong here, or
where are you powering the VTX? You powering it right from VBAT, or you powering it off of 9 volts on a flight controller? Where are you?
I believe Brian redid the wiring so it doesn't go to the flight controller. I think it goes straight to BAT. And that,
okay.
Yeah, I think that cut out a lot of the noise, he said, but it's still got tons of noise in it for some reason, and that's with a 1,000 rad capacitor inside of there. So I don't know, man. This thing it flies great, man. It's a fantastic flyer, but the visuals are not wonderful. I need to really
6S or 4S.
So right now it can handle 6 or 4. I also have Zingling motors, new Zingling motors. If I decide right now, it's set up for 4S. If I decide to just quick swap the motors, I can do that over to 6S and it'll still handle it. We just wanted best of both worlds. That's kind of what we were going for. If I did decide 6S is the route to take, then it's as easy as just swap the motors real fast and we're good to go.
Good.
So
let me say hi to Baduga's here. How you doing, Louis? Good to see you. And I think I got everybody. Yeah, I like to keep up.
Got him. Jaybird Drone just joined us.
Back to that camera of yours. You're right. That's that old camera that we left on there, and It's okay. I mean, it looked okay, but it looked like it might, and I didn't notice it when I flew it, but it looks like you might try to focus it just a tiny little bit.
So what do I pull something back or?
No. There's a little ring that,
Mhm.
like a lock nut behind the lens. You loosen that a little bit, and then you
Okay.
screw the lens in or out, watching the
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah.
It'll focus it, and then tighten the. Once you
it
get
up
it
again.
focused, you tighten the ring back up again. Yeah.
A little spinny spin.
I'll
Yeah.
look into that one. But yeah, I did notice a little blurriness, but it was
Yeah,
still
it looked a
fine.
little fuzzy, but it looked pretty solid. It looked pretty solid. You know.
Yeah, I made it from one end of the field to the other.
Yeah, you were getting out there at least. The RSSI looked like it held in pretty good.
I was quite pleased. I was happy. Now the 6 inches next to take out. Hopefully it'll go out as far. You took the 6-inch chameleon out as
I
far
flew
as
them
the
all
other one?
about the same. I flew them all out about the same distance, but you should. That's got a better receiver. That's got the RSXR in it. That theoretically should maybe have a little more range. Although, boy, any of you guys, I wanted to tell you about this. Any of you guys buy anything from Race Day Quads?
No.
Well,
No.
a week or two ago.
I get an email. I get an email from Race Day Quads yesterday about 6:30 last night, and it
I got mine today.
Says they're having a
clearance. I
sale.
saw the.
Yeah.
Did you see
Okay,
the
so-
Tinyhawk, the 2 thing? The Tinyhawk
Yeah, but
race
I'll
is
tell you what
$80. Go ahead.
Yeah, but what I did see in there
Mhm.
was that little HGLRC
Sector.
3-inch with the DJI system in it,
Uh,
either the Vista or the Air unit, for about the same price as you'd pay just for the DJI Vista or the Air unit without a quad.
175. Really?
Yeah, so I went on, and they were already, the one with the Vista was already gone when I got there, but they still had the one with the Air unit. And on top of the prices they put, if you put 10% in the discount box, the word clearance, you got another 10%.
Oh,
So
wow.
I ended up getting the quad with the full DJI Air unit in it. That's the one, that's $180. That's what that costs all by itself. Just the Air unit is $179. I got the whole thing for $189
Nice.
with the
Quad and all.
Air unit. With the Air unit, man. And I was going to buy another Air unit. And I said, well, Jesus, here I'm buying an Air unit and getting a quad for $10. I mean, how do you? And then I ordered one, and the order went through, and I said, about 15 minutes later, I said, if I was smart, I'd pick up 2 of these things, because you get another whole Air unit, and you get a full set of motors and a flight controller. You get the whole quad besides. So I went back in, and it was gone. They were already gone. Yeah, I was going to send out an email to everybody saying, take a look at that. But
Yeah, I got that one right before I was reading. Coming to you.
If you fly the DJI digital stuff, that was the deal of the century. And anyway, so I'll have that in a couple of days, and I'll show you guys what it's a little. You can fly it one of 2 ways. You can either fly it with 2.5-inch props and the shrouds, the ducts on it, the guards, or you can take the guards off and put 3-inch props on it. So you can either have it as an indoor kind of Cinewhoop thing, although it seemed to fly. I saw some reviews on it. It seemed to fly pretty nice outdoors with the smaller props. So anyway, I'll play around with that a little bit. But that I wanted to share that deal, but everybody jumped on it. And today, if I went back in and tried to find the product on their website, I get a page not found error. So they're done with that, I guess, forever. Hey, Ron Lockwood's in here. How you doing, Ron? Good to see you. I miss anybody else? No, I don't think so. Good evening, Ron.
Yes. Mitch, so are you running out of things to do? Can I buy some parts for you to build some quads?
What you want more quads?
Well, I was thinking of building 2, one for me and one for the old guy. You know who I'm talking about. The cranky old guy. Source one frames. Something, those are inexpensive, I think. Right? Think we could build something for like $200?
Well, you know what? I'll talk to you in public in front of everybody. I was going to talk to you privately about this, but I have almost made the decision to, other than the tiny whoops, to go just completely digital on most of my quads. I flew. There's just something about, and it's not just the picture, although that's a huge plus. It's the range, Carlos. The range on those things is obscene. Okay? Is obscene. You don't ever have to worry about flying anywhere that's halfway reasonable with that thing.
Right.
And losing your image and your feed. So you take a quad that with the DJI system on it, and you couple it with Crossfire, and you can just sit in a chair. And I did that today out at the park. I went out to the park to fly in the gym, but I got out there about an hour early, so I kind of set up in the parking lot, and I got my little Cinewhoop out. You know, this thing. It's got it's got the CADX Vista in it, and it's got Crossfire. It's got Crossfire in it. And I sat my ass in a chair, and I just flew. And no matter how low I went, whether I went around behind the trees or whatever, nothing phased. And you had mentioned today in your comment that you like the fact that you can fly with confidence.
Yes.
Knowing that you can just go. And as far out as I've taken this thing probably 3/4 of a mile away on other flights, and rock solid video and control. I like that. I mean, to me, that just makes the flying all that much more enjoyable. Some guys like the challenge of trying to keep the video alive, but I'd rather not. I like the digital. So I've got a couple of analog quads that I have hardly ever flown.
Oh, you want to get rid of them?
They're like brand new, and I'll sell them. Yes. I've got an iFlight Nazgul.
Let's do it. We'll have to talk.
And I got almost brand new EMAX Hawk 5.
Perfect. Anyway, real quick, I'm not trying to cut you off. Michael Blade, Peter Nunez, and Michael McReynolds joined us. Before I forget.
Hey, Michael, how you doing? Michael,
Peter
Blade,
Nunez,
Michael,
Peter Nunez, or Pete Nunez.
Pete Nunez.
Mel,
Michael McReynolds.
Yes.
And Michael got two Michaels.
Mel just texted me. Mel, it's not that I'm tired, buddy. This is just medical grade. So, big difference.
Oh, where's Mel?
That's cool. Then, Mr. Mitch will talk. Good.
Yeah,
I'm thinking maybe next year I'll save money, and then I'll get into the DJI stuff possibly.
We'll see.
I
wanted to show you. I kind of ran it, and it's nothing. This is nothing fancy by any means. Okay, but I want to show you. I want to show you this. What I'm talking about. This
tell you
here,
what I'm talking about.
Tell you what I'm talking about, man.
Forget
about it. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Here you go. Okay. So you don't need to see me in this, so I will disappear as if by magic. It's kind of neat the way I can just kind of appear and disappear, isn't it? Look at that. All right. So this is early this morning. I just got in the parking lot.
Goggle view.
This is the goggle. Yeah, this is a Vista, so it doesn't record it doesn't have a built-in DVR like the Air unit does. But this is, and I haven't flown in about a week, so it took me about a minute to kind of, get used to it again. You know how that goes.
Yep.
But there I am sitting in the chair, facing in this direction. Okay. So I just started flying around, and not too fast, just not to even make a recording, just to play with it a little bit, just to fly around. And so over there behind me is that playground, the one where I flew to Tinyhawk. So now this is all behind me, and I'm facing the other way, and I'm just flying around with this thing, and that's what I saw in the goggles the whole time. And the next time around, I think I just kept pushing it a little further back and further away and further away. And I have a funny feeling I probably could have flown a good mile behind me and still had the image. I still had a strong signal.
This is an air mode?
Yeah.
It's very good throttle.
Don't forget, it's a Cinewhoop. Remember, there you see, I tilted it a little bit right there, did a little side slide. But
I'm assuming your stabilization is also active on your camera.
No. This is no stabilization, no nothing.
This is just the DJI setup.
This is actually just a DVR recording of my goggles feed.
Right.
So the SD card that I copied this from is actually just in the goggles, and that's not bad looking. Now I'm looking at the how it looks on the stream, and of course because they're killing the hell out of how sharp it is. When I mean, it's high definition. I'm looking at it on the monitor over here to the right of me, and it's just razor sharp. But that you can get used to that, though. You can get used to that kind of goggles feed.
So, Mitch, I want to talk to you about this because I know you're a big advocate for the DJI system, and you're getting there, I think, even more. But my thing is, I've talked to a bunch of really good pilots now that are like extremely good pilots, especially like Edwin Rodriguez. Edwin is blowing up right now. He's like half made. He's part of Rotor Riot, kind of not. Like he's and Edwin flies strictly analog. He refuses to do the digital system because he says there's too much latency lag. And that's coming from a pilot who knows whether he's going to have latency lag or not by the way he flies.
Yeah.
That guy's skills are insanity. And he has to instantly see what is happening. And he says there's lag in the system still. So he
What kind of lag? Seconds, milliseconds?
20, Dan, there's 25 to 30 milliseconds of latency, which most people, including me, would never notice. But drone racers, guys that race, would notice it. So more power to them. If you need, and in fact, half of the analog cameras themselves, the CADXs, the run cams, have 10 to 20 milliseconds of latency right in the cameras. So if you're so good and like Mr. Steele and those guys, if you're that good and you notice 10 milliseconds difference in latency, don't fly digital. But for the rest of us mediocre pilots who just enjoy getting up and flying around and flying behind us and not trying to do bandos and all that, and having fun. Now, Steele also has maintained that same attitude, basically, that until he actually, on the last video he put out, he actually tried the DJI and actually admitted that it was terrific. I mean, for him to admit that it was good. See, look at this. I'm flying behind myself here. Look how far behind myself I'm getting out around the playground, down in the trees, down near the ground. And the video is perfect. No problem whatsoever. And with the, it's incredible. It really is. And when you see guys like Drew from Rotor Riot, that's all he flies now is DJI digital. He doesn't fly analog anymore. A lot of these guys I know he's sponsored by DJI, but
so
once you
go ahead.
No, I was going to say, once you actually acclimate yourself, you don't even consciously acclimate yourself. Subconsciously, you get used to that tiny little bit of latency. You don't notice it. It's not enough to be conscious of it.
So like Edwin and Mr. Steele really aren't racers, they're freestyle pilots. So
but they're freestyle.
Like majority of freestyle guys, but they do such intricate moves that require absolutely zero failure time of the latency whatsoever to make that maneuver possible. And that's why I said I think I see more of it, not really with the racers, but more with the freestyle guys that get really talented. And probably some of the racers have a little bit of an issue with it, but I don't know, man, because you're blowing through a gate and then you're just turning left. I don't know if that latency is really going to be problematic.
I think that if you're on top of your game that much, and you're one of the few guys.
Yeah, really.
That
it's not
is
that crucial.
competitive in racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, analog is probably going to be better and what it's used to. But keep in mind, Dan, whenever there's something, there's always the I'm a Ford guy, I'm a Chevy guy
Sure.
mentality. Yeah,
I just wanted to hear your opinion on it. I wanted to see why you were, because having to talk to some really good pilots, I find it interesting to see their outtake on this stuff.
But they're looking for something different in a drone or in the VTX than somebody like Mitch or us, mediocre.
Yeah. To
anyway,
tell you
real
the truth,
quick,
between you and wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Let me finish my thought and then welcome the people. Between you and me, Dan, I switch back and forth between analog and digital. I feel absolutely no difference in the way the quad responds. None. But maybe my reflexes at 73 aren't the same as these other guys. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But I don't have to adapt. I can go from an analog flight to a digital flight. I don't feel like I have any adapting to do. It seems pretty much the same for me. And I'm flying it in the high quality mode, which actually is a little higher latency than they have a low latency mode and they have 120 frame a second latency mode. Now, keep in mind that at 60 frames a second, if you divide 60 into 1,000, what do you get?
10, almost 20, 18.
All right. So the fact that
180,
you're always one frame behind, that's right there is 18, 20 milliseconds. So what DJI has done is they have a low latency mode that's 120 frames a second, and that gets the latency down, the inherent latency down to about 8 or 9 milliseconds. But you don't have, I don't think you get quite as sharp an image, and I would rather sacrifice the other 10 milliseconds of latency and get that sharp looking picture that I get. I love it anyway. So,
hello to GFO.
Yeah. Okay.
Drone, what's his name? GFO Drone and Tech. Bum joined us in Hot Rod in Daytona. And Hot Rod in Daytona, I like this comment. The highest latency is between the brain and the fingers.
Yeah. Well, some guys that get used to it have tremendous hand-eye coordination, and they might notice it. Now, a lot of times it's wishful thinking. People notice what they want to notice. They swear that this one tastes better than that one, or that this one is faster than that one, because it's what they want to believe. A lot of guys just have been doing analog for so long, they just don't want to change. And I've heard all the reasons and all the excuses, and to everybody, those are real to them. They're real. Just like the people who believe in one political party over another have their reasons why they believe it. To them are real. Maybe nonsense to the other guy, but they're real to them. And my answer basically is, if you're so dead set against DJI, instead of bad mouthing it all the time, just fly analog. And if the guys like DJI so much and they're happy with it, then they should fly that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like to challenge mainstream thought processes.
I know you do. I know you do, Dan. And I think the success. Look, I hate DJI as a company. I hate everything about them. I hate the way they do business. They're a pain in the ass. Their service is terrible.
Yep.
But you know what? You know what it's like? It's like having an incredibly hot girlfriend who's a lunatic. It's amazing what you'll put up with for the quality that you get. You put up with all kinds of crap, and that's how I view DJI. Their products, they speak for themselves. When you get them, you hope they don't break. That's all. But and the price. Well, Baduga says he hates the price, but I got to tell you, man, the price of the goggles, $529. That's cheaper than the Orcas or the Fat Shark HDOs, because with the Fat Shark HDOs and the Orcas, you have to buy analog modules, which cost $150 a piece.
However, the Orcas are far advanced beyond DJI's goggles. They actually just are firmware upgrading. Give me a chance to finish what I was about to say. Trust me. So Orca has actually got their own version of HD stuff coming out soon. Not only that, they're trying to tune into DJI signals, so people have the air mode already. They can tune in.
I hope they succeed.
And they're also doing live stream. Now the Orcas live stream to 7 different devices at one time if you're even in the vicinity. I mean, they're going above and beyond. Like their setup is just getting crazier and crazier at this point. It's getting ridiculous.
I don't disagree with you, Dan.
Right.
But when the comment was how much do they cost, and the fact is they're competitive price wise.
Right.
When you go to put the air unit on your quad, that's where you're going to spend more for DJI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you're going to spend for a CADX Vista $150, for an air unit $180. But that also, if you happen to be using the DJI transmitter, that includes your receiver too. So if you figure the cost of a really high-end VTX, okay, which is what, $30, $35, you figure the cost of a really good antenna, another $20, that's 50 something bucks. You figure the cost of a really good camera, it's going to be $40. The CADX Ratel is a good camera, it's $40, and so are some of the run cams. Now we're up to 90 something bucks, and you figure the cost of the receiver. You're at $125, $130 for a high-end analog setup per quad. So the cost of the DJI is only $20 or $30 more, because you got the VTX, you got the receiver, you got the camera, all that built into it, and the antenna comes with it. So you've got everything. So I think that the fact that they're selling just a shitload of them means there must be something to them, because otherwise people wouldn't be buying them. And they're always sold out everywhere you look. Paducah says he uses $150 Sky Zone. I put Fat Sharks in the same boat as DJI. He says he hates the Sharks, Fat Shark's price too. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Fat Shark now, because they just got bought by this, what was it, Red Hat company?
Yeah, Red Cat.
Red Cat or Red Hat that bought Rotor Riot.
Red Cat's been around. Everybody should know Red Cat by now. Heck, Red Cat's been around for ages. They actually just do mostly RC stuff, like ground vehicles. They were big into nitro too in the early 2000s. It's interesting that Red Cat's even throwing their hand in the pot on this. I'm really curious what their motives are behind this.
Yeah, it's curious. It's curious. There's been a lot of conjecture out there about why they might do this. I understand that Fat Shark has a lot of debt. They probably spent a lot of money trying to develop this Shark Bite, or whatever they call it, their digital system, and so far it's not ready for prime time, from what I understand.
Yeah. Bum has a question. Old guy.
Yes. What do you think of the XM Plus receiver for the Tinyhawk?
Overrated. Too much.
The XM Plus, I don't think you need an XM. I think the Tinyhawk receiver, for as far out as we fly him, works okay.
Yeah, he saw a video where a guy took it out really far, and he got all like, "I want one."
Yeah, but you'll lose your goggles feed before you run. Before that happens to you, more than likely.
He wants to fly.
And Ed and Mike are talking about jumping out of airplanes. Okay, cool.
Ed,
guys, I got some chores I got to go finish. I just wanted to pop in, mention.
All right, good to see you.
Start off with good conversation. I've been enjoying this. This is fun.
Good to see. Good to see you. Now you're going flying Saturday. Is that still on?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna go out there. I shared it in the Cigar City multi-rotor group, which is a bunch of FPV pilots local.
Now, where exactly on Gandy Boulevard are you?
Gandy.
You're on the other side of the bay. You're on the St. Pete side.
So I'm going to the third tower. There's a reason for that. It's the only area that you can legally fly in.
Oh, it's far enough away from the airport?
Yes, and not just that, but the Air Force Base. So
okay.
there's two bubbles that intersect going like this, and then the beach is right here. You basically have a triangle to fly in this area.
Now, are you flying south, to the south of the causeway, or to the north?
So St. Pete side, basically. Not far off St. Pete side.
You're facing to the south, though.
I really couldn't tell you which way I'm going to be facing.
No? Okay.
Because you can choose either way. I mean, Gandy's double-sided beach. You can go to that side or you can go to this side. It really depends on what you want to do.
All right. I'm not familiar with the layout of that, but
yeah,
there's about a 5% chance I might come. So we'll see.
I can send you the pin. I pinned my parking location so everybody can just push it and it'll take you right to where I'm parked at.
Yeah, email that to me. If
simplifies it. So yeah, if you're up for doing it, I'm going to be out there at 10 a.m. I'm probably going to stay till 5 p.m. I'm going to get my whole setup. I'll be grilling, and I mean, I assume there's going to be other pilots. Brian will probably show up. Lance. I'll invite Edwin. Some of these really decent pilots from Rotor Riot. You end up with Chris Mehop. He's a very talented pilot as well.
Yeah, I know Chris.
So, yeah, you should. Yeah, they're all pretty local, man, and they're fun to hang out with. Yeah, I think back to the show. Cracker will probably be out there, I assume. I talked to him. He said he's up for it. So, yep.
Cool.
All right.
Should be fun.
Well, thanks for coming in, Dan. Always good to see you.
You got it.
Appreciate the effort. I appreciate the tropical shirt effort.
I like the shirt.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Toodles.
All right. Do I have to play you out too?
If you want to. I got it.
All right. Well,
what do we got for this?
There you go.
That'll work. All right. I'll take it.
All right. See you, guy.
Too funny. So, Mitch, my second flight with the Schizo, the mount for the GoPro just fell apart. I don't know. It must have hit a prop and it just flew off.
It flew off, or
yeah, it flew off.
Yeah, show me. That's weird. Well, that was just held on with a couple of tie wraps, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you know, inside I was crying for a quick second, saying, "Oh no, not again."
Did it hurt? Did it hurt the quad when it flew off?
It seemed to take off right after.
Did it fly completely off, gone from the quad?
The GoPro
was it hanging by something?
No, the GoPro did, and the GoPro mount was just like in parts, in pieces. Let me see if this is.
So the mount broke. The mount actually broke or tore?
Yeah. It must have got hit by the prop. That's what I'm thinking.
How the hell could that have happened?
It's a good question.
That's very strange.
Let me see if this is the one.
Yeah, let me see. Do you have a video or do you have a photograph of it?
No video. It's very quick.
Did it hurt? Did it ruin your GoPro?
No. Well, you know what? I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think so. But it did. I had to change the props. I'm like, oh man, another set of props already. All right,
well, if it flew out of there, it probably could have hit. It hit
a prop. Oh yeah, it broke the lens. I'm sorry, the blades and the hub right off. All that was left was the screw. Watch.
Cool.
Point.
Oh, look at that. Oh, just when you took off, huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. Couldn't believe it.
Well, that was fabulous, man.
Well, not fun. It was a scary moment, but I took it back up after that, and it took off.
Yeah, as long as you got your GoPro back.
Yes, that's
maybe that was just the mount was just ready to go.
Yeah.
It was just a TPU printed mount.
Mm-hmm.
It was the one that was there when I got it. I just strapped it back on. I can't imagine it going off like that. Wow. I've never had that happen. I didn't
sleep over it. So all I got to do is just pull out the pins, and it should just come right out. The screws or whatever.
Pull out what pins?
That'll hold the mount. Just back those out, right?
Yeah, that's right. There was two screws in the front.
Mm-hmm.
And I think did I strap the back down with some tie wraps?
I have to check that.
But the camera just came right out of the mount, slid right out.
No, what I think is, so the camera's in the TPU. The TPU might have came back somehow, and the prop hit it.
Huh.
The mount.
And
just knocked everything up and out. It's in It was pretty interesting. Made for some good footage.
I don't know if you know this or not, but what you should do whenever you put a camera in one of these mounts,
Velcro,
is put a strap around it.
Yeah, but the mount is in pieces. It tore the mount apart.
Well, you're gonna need a new mount. But when you have one of these TPU mounts like this, in fact, the straps Run Cam gives you this strap. It says Run Cam on it. It came with the Run Cam 5 just for this purpose. So that, and then in the mount itself, there's a space underneath. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me try to make. Yeah, there's a space right under here.
You see it now.
And you slide the camera in, and then you put the strap around it, and then it can't fall out. I've never flown the Run Cam in a quad in a soft TPU mount like this without a strap.
Right.
So I think because they can, I guess they can. Was it hard to get in? Did you have to really push it in hard, or did it slide in pretty easily?
No, it had a little, tension. Let me see if I find the actual GoPro footage of it. I think this one.
Oh yeah, that'll be a nice ride.
It's quick, but it's a flippy floppy. Let me tell you. I just got nervous.
Well, at least it happened close to home.
Yeah. Let's see if this.
Yeah.
is...
So basically, you just stick that strap in there. Put the GoPro in, stick the strap around it, just like you would a battery, and that keeps it from sliding out to the side. And I never had a problem. These things, actually, these mounts don't have any screws in them. I basically have some snap lock Velcro underneath to keep it in position, and then some tie wraps to the top plate to hold it down. And it's strong as hell. I mean, you can't make it come off.
Could it break over time? I guess so. All right, Mitch, here it is.
All right, I'm looking.
It's a coming. This is from GoPro.
Oh, cool. Well, at least, I mean, the GoPro obviously is still working if you get the footage off of it.
Yeah, I guess.
Paduga, that's a Turd 129. You mean, yes, Paduga, it is a Tyro 129. Be nice. Be nice.
Getting dizzy yet?
No, but I want to see if it's still recording after it hits the ground.
Oh, it did. It recorded
so
me
it's still working.
Calling it a piece of crap as I picked it up.
Oh, cool. All right. So it's working. So I think those things are pretty rugged. It fell in the grass anyway.
Yeah.
Now, the
hardest part was finding it, I guess.
I was going to say, but there wasn't any piece of the mount attached to it, was there?
No, it was free and clear of it. There's the
okay. Oh,
piping it and call it a piece of poop. Yeah, hold on. About 20 feet from 20 feet from the quad.
It's those little adventures that make this hobby as wonderful as it is.
And you know what it is? It's like I just got it. It's brand new, second flight, and it's down. Like, anyway,
no.
That's exactly how it
felt. But the good news is all you did was break some props. Did you have Did you have props for it? You have some props?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I had 5
you had to put a whole new
set
on because you didn't have any to match the ones that I gave you, did you?
No.
Those were EMAX or Avon props. I think I put on there.
Yeah, you want to see the
props?
This is the Maiden. This was my first flight with the Schizo with the GoPro footage. I'll just show you a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. Well, was this the one that you put up on your on YouTube?
No, this was my very first Maiden Schizo flight. I was trying out the range, seeing how far what I could and couldn't do. Just experimenting. Because I've had it was really good. The whole thing was good. But I mean, I can make it around the whole perimeter of that field. That's pretty much what I did.
Well, you should be able to. That's probably no more than a half mile, is it?
Not even, maybe 200 yards, 150.
Yeah, you should make it that far.
Easily, right? But I wasn't in the past.
Yeah,
so.
I would think.
This is, yeah. I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing, but this was my first flight.
What else? What else have we got to do?
Yeah, that's true.
I have a little video that I want to share from Pete Nunez. Pete, you still here, buddy? He sent me this. He was at the gym today, and I need to explain what happened. I was ready to go flying in the gym. I went out there early. I was out in the parking lot. I flew that flight that I showed you, and then I got an email, and I had to go home and do some work.
Oh.
So I missed the gym this morning before the guys got there. But
what did you get hit with? A big project all of a sudden? Or
no, it was one of these things that these government agencies that we do work for.
Right.
In the water, they get outage notices. They get things that need to alerts that they want up as ASAP. And I got one of those deals, and I said, I better go home and do this. So I did. Between you and me, flying that little thing around in the gym it does get boring.
Oh yeah, after a 6-pack of batteries, maybe. Yeah,
it gets boring, and that's why I'm so excited about this little HGLRC deal that I got coming from with the DJI system, because that can be an indoor quad.
Also,
that's going to be. Nice. Yeah. You can fly it on 3 or 4S, and 3S with the prop guards on it. With the ducts. They're not really ducts; they're just guards. But
right. So we have the
should be a lot of. Yeah, I see that.
Art in the house.
Art. Hey, he'll be here in a second. All right, I'm ready. Okay, I'm warmed up. All right.
Almost landed on the pad.
View chaser, yeah, that looked great, Carlos. That really looked good. I
might screw the other mount. I have a second mount that I might put on, but I don't know. Now I'm a little shaky.
Now, were you running the GoPro in stabilized mode? What GoPro do you have?
I think it was Session
5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have it set to stabilized? It didn't look like it.
I think it was in stabilized. No, maybe not. I have to check the settings. I couldn't connect it to my phone. I've done it in the past, and all of a sudden I can't connect.
I know that they're hit and miss, these GoPros, when it comes to Wi-Fi connection to your phone. Speaking of hit and miss.
There he is. What's up, Art?
What a segue. Hi, Art.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing well. View chaser, I'm in
those
Queens.
Whoppers we heard on TV last night.
Queens.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Oh man, I watched about an hour, and that's all I could take.
I can't watch it. I'm beyond even caring anymore. I do care, but I can't watch the play-by-play. Wake me up when it's over. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't change anybody's mind.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their mind made up. Everybody has decided what it is they believe to be true. Whether it's true or not, they're not interested in any facts.
Yep.
I figured that I would see a synopsis of this thing today, and I've seen
Briarwood area.
And I've seen Carlos talk to his phone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, go on, Rich. Go on.
So, anyway, I'm trying to avoid politics, because all I can do is just preach to the choir. And if somebody doesn't agree with me, they just give me thumbs down. So why bother?
Well,
why bother?
Well, you'll enjoy Sunday. Tentatively, we have Congressman Thaddeus McCotter.
Oh, old Thaddeus. Yeah, he's okay.
Yeah,
he reminds me of a college professor.
Yeah.
But none of these people can't seem to be able to make a dent. I'll talk about this for a second, then we'll get off the subject. But
okay.
The news the stuff that dropped this week about what went on in the Clinton campaign, and what they did, in the origins of the memos that dropped from Brennan.
Yep.
Nobody in this country that watches normal or mainstream media knows anything about that. Nobody has heard. What are you talking about? They say. Yeah. Everybody knows Trump was in bed with the Russians. Everybody knows Trump was a Russian spy. What are you talking about? That Clinton concocted the whole thing? That's a conspiracy theory. Because how do I know? Because I heard that on CNN and MSNBC and NBC and ABC and CBS and Reuters. So what are you going to do? Argue with these people? You know, you got to argue with them. They don't care. They don't care. They you know, that's how communism goes. That's how these despots take over countries, when they control the media. And unfortunately,
the children first. They're indoctrinating kids. Don't forget
the children, but they control most of the media, and that's the word that's getting out. And as long as people and I have very close friends that believe that crap, and rather than lose a friend over it, we don't talk about it. You know,
agree to disagree and keep going.
Yeah, because
hey, Art, do you listen to Hannity at all? Or is he on
YouTube?
Oh, okay. Do you like him, Hannity? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he likes to talk. I know about that, but
you can watch Hannity. You can watch him once a month.
Yeah. Between him and Luke
you'll
Dobbs.
Hear everything.
Yeah,
you'll hear everything, and then the rest of the nights between the once a month, you'll hear the same thing over and over again. That's why I kind of got bored with him. But I
like Tucker.
But I do at least enjoy the fact that there is somebody out there that is telling the truth.
The other side.
Well, you gotta check out Ross Kaminsky. He's on KHOW here in Denver. He also has a YouTube channel now. So check him out. He's originally from New York. He went to Columbia, but he's a conservative. He's mostly a libertarian. I don't agree with him on everything, but he's pretty level-headed. His parents were former Navy. They were in the medical field. His mom was actually a brigadier general or rear admiral. Yeah, that's right. So yeah. So check him out.
there's a lot of people out there. For my money, I think that the one guy that's got the best handle on the reality of everything that's happened is Dan Bongino.
Yeah.
I don't think there's another commentator out there that has an understanding like Bongino. So he's probably the only one I watch.
Right.
And I watch him only now once or twice a week because they're just telling you, they're not changing my mind. You know, I already feel like I understand it enough to you know, I mean, I see the fraud for what it is, and I don't need any more convincing. And the problem with most of these types of shows is for the same reason I'm not watching CNN, they're not watching Fox. They're convinced that it's nothing but propaganda.
Yeah.
And we're convinced that it's nothing but propaganda.
Yeah.
So this is what we got. And
that's true.
And
you know what makes me crazy? I'll tell you the one thing, and then I'll leave it alone. When they talk about all these black people getting killed by cops, and the numbers don't support this astronomical number.
None of the facts.
But why didn't Pence say something? Why don't they say there's only 10 or 15 in 2019?
You can only
6,000 black on black crimes. And
these debates
drives me nuts. Sorry.
Are not. These debates are not an opportunity. I think from what I've seen, Pence did as good a job as anybody could do.
Yeah.
Trump is not going to have anything to do with this next virtual debate. Good on him. tell them to go to hell. Who does this debate commission think they are anyway? Who do these people think they are? Olympia Snow. Who do these people, these old rusted out politicians on this quote debate commission, who do they think they are dictating the rules that are going to turn our elections one way or the other? I think it's a bunch of crap. If I was Trump, I'd say, go to hell. See you on November 3rd. And what he said I'm just going to have a rally instead. While Nancy Pelosi is so busy trying to convince people that he needs to be Article 25, the 25th Amendment, he'll be out having a rally,
Yeah, she says he's in an altered state.
Altered state, yeah. He's in an altered state called reality. That's a state none of those people understand. And speaking of reality, here comes Ken Herron's latest find.
I was just going to say he's going to be famous later.
Screen and Ken Herron show. Something that Art has done, but I personally have never been invited to become the star of the Ken Herron show. Mr. Chris Hope.
Oh, he's the actual star.
It's probably one of those stars that's got a dark spot on it.
Oh, come on, man! You're going to be famous tonight.
Yeah,
I'm going to be Chris.
I saw your face. I saw your face on his thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's there. Big
Texas Santa Claus will be
great.
Live. Cool.
So this storm, Chris, isn't coming anywhere near you, is it?
We got some. We're going to get a little bit of rain, which is fine. But Mark Rogers, he just got a new roof too. So.
Oh shit!
Well,
I mean, they just finished it last week or this week.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of wind as well as rain.
It's a cat 1, possibly a cat 2. I think last time.
A cat 3. They're calling for a cat 3.
Oh no!
Wow. Yeah. They're calling for a cat 3 to hit. Let me see if I can pull. Let me see if I can pull that up here. And show you guys. I have
not conducive.
I'm privy.
Mitch, by the way, Chris was able to figure out how to bind the controller to the Tinyhawk, the ready to fly one.
Yeah.
To the Tinyhawk freestyle.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember?
Good. Good.
So that was good news.
Now I got another controller I got to learn how to bind it to.
T18 there.
Let's see here. Hang on a second. Let me go over to here. I'm not fast like so many of these, like Ken Herron and those guys when it comes to setting up scenes and shots. But here you go. This is.
It looks like East Texas.
All right, so what this one here is it's now a Cat 3 with 115 mile-an-hour winds.
Oh boy.
And on Friday at 2:00 p.m., it's supposed to have 120 mile-an-hour winds. And that's right before it makes landfall. Now, once it gets inland to here where the red dot is, that'll be back down to 75. That's a Cat 1. So they're going to get a Cat 3 that's going to reduce itself to a Cat 1 right in here as it crosses.
Where is Chris in the scheme of these things? Where are you, Chris?
Do you see Waco?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the end of that green line?
Yeah, up here.
I'm right in there.
Okay. Well, it's going to be.
If you go to the right, Mark Rogers is about where that red dot is.
Oh shit! Well, you're on the good side. At least you're on the good side.
I'm on the good side. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the northeast quadrant of these storms. That's where you get all those feeder bands and tornadoes keep coming in. They never stop.
Right. Yeah. No,
And
I'm on the good side.
Jeff Stills, he's just south of you, right, Chris?
Yeah, Jeff lives in Magnolia, which is, if you see where Houston's at, you go straight up a little bit and a little bit left, about a quarter inch. That's where he lives.
Right.
This is that thing I showed you before called Cyclone.
That's
it's a great site, and I can see everything that the weather guys are going to make me wait an hour watching the news before they finally tell me. And this shows you, for example, see this yellow dot right here off the coast. That's what I'm watching. Is right off the coast of Africa where these things are spawned. I'm watching those. So I click on this and it tells me it's a low chance of cyclone formation. 0% the next 2 days. and in the next 5 days, only 20%. So chances are that's not going to become an issue. But I'll keep an eye on that.
You have family to worry about in Africa, Mitch?
Hey, Mitch, could you go look in the Western Pacific, like right around the Philippines? I want to see. Ooh, yeah, it looks like up by Japan, they've got some typhoons. Oh, there's a yellow dot right over the Philippines. There.
So that has got very low chance of tropical cyclone formation in the next 4. That's just kind of like a low, something they're going to keep an eye on. But up here near Japan, there is a Cat 1, Category 1 hurricane, 92-mile-an-hour winds. That's going to look at these lines, man. They're all over the place.
Yeah.
But this is a great site. I mean, not only does it have this map, but it has every kind of information you could ever want, as far as weather maps and pages and pages and pages, tropical storm risks, spaghetti models, tremendous information. This is the kind of stuff the weather guys look at, and then tell you that your house might get blown away. Story at 11.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Roosevelt, little brother. How you doing?
Hey, Roosevelt.
Hey, Roosevelt. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you.
Mike, GFO.
Whoops,
yeah,
love I just did away with everybody. There we go. Okay. I'm dangerous with these buttons and things, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Mitch, can you consider changing your name to Elderly Guy in a Drone? So if I ever write, instead of, you know how I wrote OGAAD, it would be EGAD.
I saw that, OGAD. I was wondering, yeah, EGAD. I thought about that. I thought of W.C. Fields.
Yeah.
You remember W.C. Fields?
I didn't see much of him. The only thing I remember is kids are meant to be heard, not seen, or seen,
he
not
always
heard.
went, EGAD. That was his famous thing. W.C. Fields was quite a character. If anybody wants to read up on him or watch some of his old movies, he was something. He was a lush. I mean, a big drunk. And,
like his alcohol.
And he used to bring a thermos jug of booze to the set every day when he was filming. And when anybody asked him what was in the thermos jug, he would say pineapple juice. That's my pineapple juice. So one day, they pulled a practical joke on him, and they poured out the booze and filled it full of pineapple juice. He takes a swig of it and he spits it out and he goes, this is a true story. He goes, EGAD, somebody put pineapple juice in my pineapple juice.
Right, isn't he the one that said kids are meant to be seen, not heard? Wasn't that something he came up with?
He was not a fan of children at all. No. I've been likened to him in that respect.
You don't like kids, Mitch? That's terrible.
As long as there's somebody else's kids, I'm from the old children should be seen and not heard school.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what are you guys going to talk about? Any idea tonight?
No idea.
No.
No.
Do you have any notes?
Didn't Ken tell you give you any prep or set you up for?
Sounds like.
Is he going to have you doing a 1 second song?
Nah, Greg will give you a whole set list.
I did tell him I'm not very good at the song, so Kelly would automatically win it. So
nobody can
knows
beat
what
Kelly.
he's gonna do.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I'm going to watch. I will absolutely watch. I always watch his show. I just never chat in the chat because first of all, it goes by so fast. I'm usually sitting out there smoking a cigar on my cell phone.
His chat gets busy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
why
Hey, Irwin's here. EBR, how you doing?
Chat.
Say hi to Irwin. EBR.
Are you going to be like first online, Chris? Or do I have to wait a while?
No, you'll have to wait.
Probably 30 to 45 minutes into the show, if I was guessing.
Easy, because you got to get through. You got to get through the news.
They got to ridicule Jeff first,
and all the interruptions with the news that happen.
Yeah. But suggesting having a few jokes ready, Chris.
I got a couple. I got a couple. I've cleaned them up a little bit.
Okay.
Roosevelt said hi to me. I had said hi to you before, Rosie. We saw you here. How you doing, buddy?
No, Ed. No purple streaks, buddy. This is all natural. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I gotta attend to some batteries, Mitch. I'll be right back.
Okay. Don't be nervous or anything, Chris.
Nah, man, I can hang. We have so much fun on Friday nights on Matt Northeast channel. You need to come over one night and listen.
On Matt North? I listened to that. I listened to the Saturday morning, his Friday night deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never get any links. There are some people, maybe I don't go on I don't go on Facebook, and a lot of these guys use Facebook to send the links. I know Rodney Bell does, and I don't ever get any links. And if I'm not invited, I'm not going to go in there and say, "Hey, can I come on? Send me a link." I don't do that. I don't. I'd love for Matt to send me a link, but I never get any. I get sent links to Ed's streams, Love My Drones, which are a lot of fun. Always a blast. I love Ed's streams. And he's starting to get more popular. He's starting to get 20, 25 people coming in there now. And I get an invite to Art's stream, and I get an invite to Jim Boyd's.
Yeah.
Above and Beyond Drones on me and everybody else on the planet, because he gets busy after he gets busy.
And we had a pretty good time on Adrian Mateo's last night too, Mitch.
Adrian's. There was a reason why I didn't go on Tuesday night. Tuesday night I was tired. Yeah. I was just tired, and I went to bed at like 8:30, which is unusual, really unusual for me. I was just tired, so I missed Jim's stream. I did watch some of the replay of it, and I missed Adrian's. It's just too many, I mean, it's just it's a full-time job. Art, you ought to know. You're on everybody's stream.
Yeah.
The solution.
Yeah, Wednesday is like the only night that I'm not on anybody's show, except maybe once in a while I'll get invited on somebody's show, and I'll be there.
Yeah, I see you everywhere.
Mitch, those two analog quads that you're talking about, are they close by? You want to show us? Show and tell, or not really? You don't want to get up? If you were saying
the analog, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show you. Just a minute. Mike, GFO, my email is in the description of every video of mine. It's oldguyinadrone@gmail.com. Be right back.
There's a song there. Old guy.
I can talk. I'm wired up, but I can't hear you.
All right, what can we talk about him?
All right.
Well, I tell you what, he walked away real nice. He had a little swagger to him when he was walking away. You don't see Mitch walk around very much. That
is true, actually.
He got that old guy strut going on.
Yeah.
All right. Fly any Tinyhawk inside? Tinyhawk flights?
Well, I've been, busy with stuff.
Okay.
Is I'm on all these shows. I'm a celebrity now.
But you're supposed to be the drone solution.
This weekend, I do have some time. I'll have some time to fly the Tinyhawk. Last weekend, I was, I took my exam for my Part 107, right. Passed it. Cool.
Good for you.
Don't have to worry about that for another couple of years.
Here. I was going to say hi to Jim, and he showed right up.
He done went about an 1.5 inch socket.
I am the proud owner of an 1.5 inch socket. And
man, I've always wanted one of those.
I will never use this again in my life, but to replace the water heating elements for the hot water.
Well, here's what you do.
Oh, no.
You carry it. You got your receipt. Just turn around, carry it right back where you got it.
I've never been like that. Should I do that?
It don't hurt. I do it.
Somebody will buy it. It's not like somebody's not going to buy it.
Yep.
I always feel like I'm cheating the system when I do that.
You rented it.
That's because you're an honest guy. There's, few and far between.
Mitch, this Chevy HHR, I had to buy a 32 millimeter just to get the oil filter out, because the oil filter's on top of the engine.
Oh God.
But you can't get at it with a regular.
Old-looking cars, right? The HHR. It looks like
Yeah, it
looks
looks like
like a panel
the hood
van.
is crushed down. It's that Heritage
Yeah.
High Roof. It stands for.
Oh.
It's not a high roof.
Wow.
What's the other one?
Well, Jim, you kind of taught me out of getting an HHR when I was looking for a car. I heard about how a pain in the butt is to like get it, the filter and a battery. I heard about the battery is in a weird place.
It's in the car by the back tire, inside the car. Yeah.
Really?
Is that the car you were driving when you met me down there at the compound?
Yeah, the blue Chevy HHR. The only thing I love about it is all the seats fold down and you can put all your toys in. That's the only thing I love about it.
Well, hey, man, I got an SUV now, man. I got an SUV.
Santa Fe.
I got an SUV so that I can now haul all my crap without having to try to figure out how to get it in the car.
Is that your new lease?
Yeah, I got a Santa Fe, Hyundai Santa Fe.
Oh yeah, it's just behind one. Yeah, that's a good size.
Nice, nice, beautiful thing. I mean, in fact, it's actually drives quieter than the car did. It's really nice. And I have to learn how. It's got all the toys, the new toys. It's got the adaptive cruise control, automatic lane keeping. It's got almost like an autopilot in it. It's incredible. I was out this morning with the thing. I was going down Heritage Parkway. Had the cruise control set. Had it on.
45.
Follow the car in front. Follow the car in front. And I had the lane keeping on. So it was driving all by itself. And when you came, if the guy in front slowed down, it slowed down. If the guy speeded up in front, it sped up. If the guy in the front,
it's getting more and more like a Tesla, right?
Yeah. If the guy in the front were to come to a stop, the car would automatically come to a stop right behind him. It's incredible.
Cool.
That is cool.
Does it have the camera so you get look in the back?
Yeah, it's got the back. It doesn't have the 360. They've got another thing which it does 360 view, but this doesn't have that. But it does have the rear view camera, and it's got the whole glass front to back sunroof, panoramic. You open that thing up, and the entire top of that thing, that's up to the back seat too.
That's the Chris Hope and Bob Casey model. See, now if you're ever going to drive them around, you need to open that up so they can get in the car.
No, it's nice. It's nice.
My Toyota has a sunroof, which is cool. I used it a couple times just because.
I don't use it.
Wow, I didn't even know this.
They notoriously leak, so I leave the damn thing shut.
Yeah. I
don't even play with it.
Well, that's why I don't keep a car, Jim. I think about the grief you go through, and then I say, nah. I was seriously thinking about buying out this lease that I had, and then I said, nah. I would just as soon get some. Oh, buzz. Yeah. To me.
Oh
Focus.
Yeah. Where's your camera? Focus. Going? It's there on your. Okay.
There you go.
I said, you know what? I needed an SUV when I got the car 3 years ago. The deal was just so good that I had to do it, but I really wanted an SUV. And this time I said, I got these big, long model airplanes that are such a pain in the ass to try to figure out a way to get them in the car. You got to go to the front seat, lower the back of the front seat, back it all the way up, and then stick the nose down in the passenger.
Your other car was small. That other car.
No, this cadenza that I had was a good sized car.
The one I saw?
The white one.
You couldn't fit that plane in there, could you?
I did, yeah. I fit it in there in the front seat. But
he can tie a mattress down on the top. He can put a plane in the car.
Yeah. So now I have it. Now I'm an SUV driver. It's like I say, it's what I should have done 3 years ago. But
where are those quads, Mitch?
The quads.
Sidetracked with all this stuff.
We're talking cars, man.
This all right. Let me.
You don't own a car, do you, Carlos? You take the subway.
Never. I've been on the subway in 25 years, maybe a half dozen times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Nice.
Carlos, this is a Hawk. This is what the Hawk 5. This is what started all the Baby Hawk, Tiny Hawk, Hawk stuff.
What's the back orange holder? Yeah, what's that?
That's got a GPS. This has got GPS rescue on it.
Okay.
And the camera mount, and
Nice.
Anyway,
5-inch, right?
this is 5-inch, and these things are rocket ships. These Hawks. These were originally supposed to be racing drones. It's got an XM Plus antenna that came with it. Came with the XM Plus, and these are the antennas right here that come off the. Anyway, it's a great flying quad, but I just end up always flying the
other stuff,
the digital these days, and so I got that one that I hardly ever fly, and then I have this the Nazgul, the iFlight Nazgul.
That's a nice one too.
This is a nice quad too. It's got
that came with the TPU mounts on the bottom, the legs or the feet.
Yeah, it came with the gray TPU stuff. Yeah, and it came with the back antenna mount here. And the receiver is mounted underneath in that. See that gray mount underneath there? That's where the receiver goes, and the antennas for the receiver come out right here. And
that's XT60. Right?
There's not even any. I mean, there's not even any dirt on these two. I'm almost ashamed to say I don't think either one of these has got 5 flights on it.
Wow.
they're virtually brand new quads, and they're hanging on the wall. And
just don't land in a swamp.
Nice.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about it if you're interested.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see somebody actually flying them.
Put them to use. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got them for sale, Mitch?
Well, I'm thinking about. I'm just not flying. I'm flying the analog stuff that's iNav, like the Tyro 129 and my airplanes, and my small stuff. The tiny whoops are analog, but when I go out to fly, I'm kind of moving to mostly digital. I just enjoy flying the digital so much more, and I like the range of it. The range of it is so good that you don't even have to think about, can I go behind that tree? Well, not only can I go behind that tree, but I can go another half a mile and go behind that tree too.
Right.
It's just, how the range of a Mavic is? You don't think about do you ever think about going a mile away with a Mavic? Mile and a half? It's nothing.
4,000 foot doesn't bother me at all.
No, with 4,000 feet with an analog quad, you're done. You're lucky to get 1,000.
Oh, that's that's going to happen.
Yeah. So just being able to sit there and just go exploring is the kind of flying that I like to do. I'm not interested in all this acrobatic crap. I just want to go sightseeing. Maybe occasionally fly through some small spots and do a roll or split S or something, but I'm not trying to become a Rotor Riot guy. I want to fly what I enjoy.
The latency
flying.
is not an issue.
Hey,
no, and I'm thinking about putting the DJI stuff on somebody's airplanes too. That would be a blast to fly those things FPV. Be able to get way the hell out there.
I know somebody who put it on a RC car. It came out nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, Drone Pool joined us. Hello, Dan.
Dan had a flight tonight.
Dan, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, he's doing live flies. I'm wondering if he's out of the FPV side of things.
He had an evening flight tonight.
Yeah, he's doing camera drones, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going backwards. He's doing the other.
Steve Carpenter just came in. Hi, Steve.
I
haven't seen him in a while.
Brother Steve, hello, sir.
I've not seen Steve in a while.
we got all the stars here tonight. We got especially Chris.
That police auction site where I bought that FPV drone.
Yeah.
A Parrot. Oh God.
A Nafi.
That all wing one.
Oh, the
swing.
No, that's the one. That
the disco. The parrot disco.
Oh,
the
disco.
Disco.
Yeah,
stay away from it.
Stay away from it, Art.
Yeah, well.
Stay away from it. You got no place to fly it.
How much was it, Art? Curious.
$72.
Wow.
Well, it's probably something wrong with it. It's probably missing the whole electronics package.
Well, yeah,
it's gutted.
It's supposed to be $500.
It was probably a flyaway, and somebody found it, and the cops got it, and they sold it.
I would avoid that site.
But if you look them up, they're like over $1,000.
Yeah, they're expensive, but that's because they have a lot of the, and all they really are is a flying wing with iNav, because that's what they do. They do what iNav does. Okay, they may have their own software, but it's like iNav. It has auto launch. It has return to home. It has loitering. You could build a flying wing for $300 that does everything that the Disco does and more. Yeah, by just getting the wing, getting the flight.
It was pickup only, so it's not like I was going to bid on it because I can't drive to California.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't go with it. This little thing here does everything that the Disco or any of those iNav, and look at the size of it. It's tiny, and it'll fly for an hour plus on the lithium ion cells it's got in it.
They're all just impressed because that guy went from one Hawaiian island to another one.
But he put a 3G, he put a 4G system in it where he was controlling the thing via the cell phone system.
Yeah.
So he had no range issues whatsoever.
What's his name?
The late Dustin Dunhill. Yeah, but the latency by trying to fly those things over the cell phone is okay for something that's flying like a DJI drone, where you don't have to actually fly it. You're just controlling the autopilot pretty much. And you tell it to change direction. It doesn't matter if it happens a half a second later. But I can't see actually flying the thing.
No, he actually lost one anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we're quite ready for that. And no Agent K, it's not legal at all. None of that stuff that they do. Not a range test that everybody does on these DJI drones is legal unless they've got a string of spotters all along the route with cell phones or walkie-talkies. Yeah. But I think that might change when all this new regulations. I think the one upside of all this new crap is we may get beyond line of sight, because what good is a delivery drone that can't go beyond line of sight?
Right.
Well, that's going to come with restrictions. So I bet they start putting us into classifications, all this crap.
Probably. But, if you play the game right, we may end up actually having more, we may have more freedoms than we had.
We got to stick together, though. Got to stick together.
You know yourself, if you've ever tried to get any government people to do anything, that it's usually unless somebody pays them off with a lot of money, vacations, corruption. You got to be, the only way you get anything done in our government is to be corrupt, unfortunately. Yeah. Even the voting is corrupted. So you think you're going to change things by voting? Nah. They'll find enough votes in a trash can somewhere.
I saw that.
Don't forget the hanging Chad.
Oh, I remember the hanging Chad.
That's Florida, baby. We hang Chads.
Yeah, you do it right there down there.
We do it right. Yeah.
In California, they hang 10. In Florida, we hang Chads. Who named that a Chad? How the hell is that a Chad?
I think because Melvin was already taken.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't even vote with a pencil or a piece of paper now.
No.
Yeah.
And what happens on election day doesn't even matter anymore, because
not really.
Yeah, what's going to happen in this election is going to be the ugliest thing this country has ever seen. After the election is over, what the stunts they're going to pull in the courts.
Yeah.
Every mail-in vote that
is
questionable.
Twice. Yeah.
Is questionable is going to have not only counted twice, but litigated. There's going to have to be a lawsuit for it and a lawyer for it, and it's going to drag on for years. And the whole time it's dragging on, they're going to declare that this election, and Trump is going to win the election, but they're going to declare that his victory is illegitimate, and they cheated. And we're going to win for another 4 years of this. We're in for another 4 years of the same crap we've been in. We're going through right now.
Yeah.
They cannot accept the results of a legitimate election.
In my lifetime, I have never heard a sitting president being called the clown by another candidate.
Oh,
Never.
well, I've never seen anything like this. I mean, this was an outright conspiracy, seditious conspiracy to oust a coup. That's a great word, but this was as close to that as you're ever going to get by people in the government to get rid of a sitting president, and yet still
lose. How much money?
You don't hear any of it on the news. You think CNN's talking about this? No.
This is the first time in history that we didn't have a peaceful transition of power from one.
And we won't have it. And we won't have it next time. We won't have it this election unless Trump wins by 30 points.
Right.
Whereas if every mail-in ballot was against Trump, he'd still win. We're going to have grief. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
And you know what? That just might happen. I think there's enough business people out there that are pissed off that we're in these states that closed down and because they lost their business.
Yeah.
I did not know. All right, let me build on that for a second. There's a couple of guys, Mitch, that are in our chats faithfully whose plants have shut down during this current crisis. I did not know that.
No?
No, I did not know that they were shutting down plants because people were too close to each other. I thought maybe they'd make them wear masks or something, not shut the whole plant down. But I know two guys that come into our chats that are out of work right now.
Yep. Well, that happened with me. We had like 2 or 3 weeks where our company was shut down because one person had the COVID. And they had to go in, disinfect everything, and then we had to, do the mask thing, and we got cleaned down before and after we work.
Yeah.
Oh, and then we got to get our temperature taken before we go in the building.
That's pretty much commonplace. I just bend over and say, I want a real accurate one.
Ed sent me some kind of a wave sound file.
Oh, God.
I don't know what it is.
I can only imagine.
What the hell?
You know what the whole saddest part about this whole thing is? What other countries and people looking at it, what do you think they think about the U.S.? That's pretty sad.
Well,
it's almost embarrassing.
It's scary. It's scary. Here's I got to show you this because Pete sent it to me. I hate to change the subject, but I don't mind getting off of politics. This is
sounds good to me.
This is
Pete Nunez.
Pete Nunez sent this to me, and he actually tried and flew. I think he's got a Phantom 3, but he was actually flying it in the gym, and this is like a 1-minute video, and he just flew it around. But he sent me the video, so I told him I would show it. And this is actually, he had music behind it, and I don't know about the music, but this is a Phantom 3 indoors. I don't know if he had any satellite locks or not, but
probably not.
Looks like they were flying those planes too, huh?
Yeah, they fly little air. You need to come down there one Thursday morning, Jim. It's really a riot. I fly the little drones around in there. These guys fly these little foam airplanes, and it's a lot of fun. But he was flying it around. I don't know if I don't think he had a satellite lock, but he's a pretty good pilot. He was flying in the Addy mode. There he is over there by the door. See him with the white controller?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now he went up a little higher there. Give you a bird's eye view of the gym. There was usually you got about 5 or 6 guys show up there on Thursday morning to fly their little foamy airplanes and drones in there. Anyway, that was a clip that Pete sent me, and I appreciate any.
You're getting jumpy. What did Ed send you?
Ed sent me this sound effect that I don't know if you guys heard it. I played it, but I don't know if it actually came if it came through my system or not. I don't think it did. Let me see if I can download this.
What's the file? AAC or something?
It's a WAV file.
Yeah.
But I don't see it. I don't see it here attached. I'll get it off. WAV.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a wave
like
or
that.
MP3.
A wave file, yeah. But I'm if the way my sound system is set up, it doesn't play audio from the Chrome browser through the system, where I get all kinds of amazing echoes and things. So I'll figure it out, and maybe next week I'll have it in my sound effects.
Next week.
You mean echo like this?
Yes. Like that, yes, Art.
You know, when you come onto StreamYards, or I think when you started, Mitch, when you're the host, it has that echo cancellation or stereo choice.
I don't see that. I get a audio processing disable or not. I do get that choice. In fact, I don't know.
I did it on Tuesday, and it had echo cancellation. I could check that box, or stereo.
Oh, I have a box
I
that
see
says
that
stereo. Stereo. Yeah, echo cancellation must be
Yeah.
off. Yeah. Well, they just changed that. This is something new.
Yeah.
It used to just say audio processing.
Yeah.
Disable audio processing. Now it says echo cancellation and stereo audio. So that's something new. So
Which
if I
one is
turn off
checked?
echo cancellation and I turn on stereo audio, what happens?
Nothing.
Anything
yet.
sound different?
No.
Nothing. All right.
What's the difference?
I'll turn echo. I don't think that I don't know, because don't have any stereo sources here. But that's brand new. That's something that wasn't there the last time I looked at the settings page. Interesting.
Just saw it Tuesday and had no idea what it was when I started the stream.
Oh, Pete says cool. Yeah, thanks, Pete. I'm surprised to see that you were. Agent K says I'm quieter in stereo. Well, we don't want that. I don't want to be quieter.
No, we need.
I
you
want to
loud
be
and proud.
louder. I want to be louder. Let me check.
Mitch, I'm gonna go have dinner.
Oh,
My stomach's
okay.
talking.
All
So
right.
if I
Enjoy
finish
your
quick, I'll be
meal,
back in the
Carlos.
backstage.
Yep.
All right.
Take care, Art.
Okay,
Chris,
buddy.
good luck tonight. I'll
Thank you,
try to
buddy.
watch. I'm gonna try. If not, try to remember how far in the stream so I can go back. You'll let me know later. Take care, Jim. Mitch, we'll talk soon. And once again, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I'll have some
You're
more
welcome,
footage
buddy.
of the chameleon sooner than later.
Okay, good.
All right, gentlemen. See you soon or later. Bye-bye.
Okay.
See you, Carlo.
Well, I thought
What?
he'd never leave, man, you know.
Yeah. What did he want to see you flying? He was asking to see some video footage. Wasn't
No,
he?
I don't think so. No, he was asking. He wanted to see. I told him I might be willing to get rid of a couple of quads that I had, and he was interested in that. Yeah, I'm seriously going over to the digital. I just like. There's just so much more I like about that digital.
Yeah.
You can't. What's that, Chris?
It's the ease of it.
Oh,
It's
I just noticed the feather in the cap there, Yankee Doodle.
that's a turkey feather, man. Yeah, it's easy. I say it's easy. Mitch.
Carlos says next time he'll leave sooner. No, come on, Carlos. Just joking. You know that. you know we love you, man.
It would. What I would like to see is somebody else besides DJI come out with a digital system that you could buy.
Yeah, and
Cadex was on that route, weren't they?
well, Cadex is partnered with DJI.
Oh.
They make the Vista. See, the Cadex Vista is made by Cadex, but it's really made by DJI in partnership with Cadex. The camera that comes with the Cadex Vista is the DJI camera. So
I even went in and turned mine up to 250 milliwatts, and it's still the video is still okay, but it still comes back. You know how it breaks.
yeah, and it's probably mostly because of the antennas that just has that tiny little dipole.
That's it.
But a company like DJI, you have to think of it this way. They didn't just come out and say, hey, why don't we invent digital FPV? They have been inventing ever since they started how to feed video from a drone back to a controller. They've gone through from what I understand, 8 different iterations of Lightbridge 1, Lightbridge 2. Then they came up with OcuSync, and then OcuSync 2,
and enhanced Lightbridge.
That technology took them years to develop, and that's the technology that they're using in the FPV digital system. They didn't reinvent anything. They are using their processes, their patents, and their inventions over all those years, which, even though the DJI FPV system is, quote, brand new, it's not. It's the 8th iteration of their drone to controller video link. Another company, in order to jump in at this point, is already so far behind a company like DJI, they'll never catch up, or they'll never come out with something that's even half as good in their first or second try. And that's obvious and evidenced by Fat Shark and his Bite Frost thing that they're trying to come up with.
There's other companies out there, but they're just in the more lucrative markets. They're not down at this consumer level.
No, and most drones, Jim, that the cheaper drones that compete with DJI, other than Autel, and maybe most of them don't have anywhere near the range that the DJI drones have. DJI has got a lock on that drone to video feed, and it's so complicated. It's so complicated how they do it. For example, the DJI goggles transmit signals back to the quad. Fat Sharks don't. And the DJI goggles will request the retransmission of a frame of video that didn't come in quite right the first time. Okay. And it'll actually tell the air unit, send me that frame again. It's a constant dialogue between the goggles and the air unit that isn't simply a transmitter on the plane and a receiver in your goggles.
Not only that, you can set the bit rate. On mine, I can set the bit rate at at the breakout point. So
on the FPV goggles, you have a choice now of 25 megabit or 50 megabit. And that 50 megabit for the 720 goggles feed that comes back is pretty fast when you're thinking that it's only 720p, and at 50 megabits, you don't get any drop frames. You get it's really, really, really tremendous. And they are way, way ahead. And you know how I feel about them as a company and the way they do business.
I don't know who Red Cat is, but Red Cat bought Rotor Riot last year, and now they bought Fat Shark.
Yep. So, I don't know what the deal is with that.
Right. I don't know where the development is going to head, but
I hope somebody else
comes
up
with it. There's buyouts all over the damn place now.
Yeah, and I'd like to see an alternative to the DJI Digital, but right now, unfortunately, for those of us that aren't crazy about it, it is the best. And you weren't around earlier when I kind of likened it to a woman, Jim.
No, I wasn't.
Well, what I basically said, to me, DJI is like having an incredibly hot girlfriend who's an absolute pain in the ass, but you put up with it because she's so incredibly hot. How many men put up with so much crap from women just because of the way they look?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. That's to me that's the relationship that I kind of have with DJI. I hate them. I don't want to have to ever try to get anything fixed by them, but their product just works so friggin' good that I'm willing to put up with all that other crap. Okay. And until somebody else comes along that's willing to give much better service and has a product that performs like that, I'm stuck. We have a choice. You want digital? This is what you do. This is what you do.
Mitch, women are more like cars. Yeah, you get the real expensive, hot, sporty looking. They're always worried about it getting dinged up or stolen. Get a sedan, you know. So the clear coat is chipping and you got little dents on the bumper. What? At least if you get more than 200,000 miles on it, hey, great. As long as she doesn't burn oil.
There you go. Speaking of, how is your car working out, Art?
It's working pretty good.
Good.
I've got a couple rust bubbles on the driver's side rear bumper, and so I've been on YouTube to learn how to repair those DIYs. And I go, oh, I've done it before, and it's not really hard to do. It's just the problem is you'll get it all done. It looks nice, and you got the clear coat, and you do it all right, and then you get freaking a rust bubble again.
Yeah, get more of them. Yeah, you got to do. If you're going to paint a car, you got to do the whole car. You got to strip it down. You got to Bondo everything. You got to get all the rust out of it and rebuild it back up. But that's an expensive ordeal to do that. And an older car, it's not worth doing that. It's just not worth doing it.
You start doing it in one area, and then you see it on the wheel wells of all.
Yeah,
and then you end up driving a car that's all Bondo. And you hit a big bump. You hit a big bump, and it just falls apart.
Yeah.
You're supposed to carry a magnet with you and see what's bondoed and what's not, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you go buy a car. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't buying it for looks. I just wanted something that'll run, and I know Toyotas. If they're well kept, they'll run forever. So
look, we talked about it last week. I think we were talking about cars, and the conversation started because I said my lease was coming due. I needed to do something. Well, I did something, but we were talking about them, and I told you the story of this old friend of mine that was very wealthy but drove what he called throwaway cars.
Right.
He would just buy a piece of POS and that ran.
Yep.
He didn't care what it looked like, and he drove it till the wheels fell off or the doors fell off. And he threw it away and bought another one. He would buy cars for $300, $500. Put a few $100 in them to get them running good, and he'd drive them till they fell apart. Yeah. He didn't care what people thought about them.
Air conditioner, and a heater,
power windows. Yep.
That's power a yes or no.
It's got to have
pain in the ass.
Got to have AC.
Yeah. Oh, down here you got to have AC.
That's all I care about.
Yep.
I spend more on my drones than I do on my cars.
Boy, I don't even want to get started talking about this. This FPV stuff is going to kill me. Because you know where I'm headed, Mitch.
You need to buy one of Mitch's that are already set up.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
he's headed here. He's headed right here.
That's a grand right there.
No, not really.
Okay. $899.
You don't need the you don't need the transmitter. Use your regular radio.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But the goggles themselves are how much?
The goggles are $529. The air units are the Vistas are $150. So for less than, but you can buy the combo for $700 and something bucks that comes with the goggles and 2 air units, which is $350 worth of air units. So you're looking at $800.
I just rounded up.
Once you break, it's like going into Harley or Home Depot. You never come out less than $100.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I used to say that about boats and airplane repairs. There was only 2 prices on an airplane repair. It was either 300 or 3,000. Nothing else. Most repairs would fall into the $3,000 range.
Yeah, I just want to fly. I mean, I can fly my Tinyhawk around the football field. I mean, I can start at the track and go around the whole track now. Without popping up and down, acting like a fool.
Bill, Coast to Coast Drones is here. He's take one for a Christmas present. Yeah, me too. Me too. I think it's time you guys start considering what you're going to buy me for Christmas. You know, can't be too soon on that.
Well, we still got 2.5 months. I got you, buddy. I got something in the works for you. I hope you like it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it's going to be from all of us.
So, I want to mention something to you guys, and I don't want to. Have any of you guys ever had somebody start a channel with a name just like or very close to your name?
Yeah, there's a band that has Above and Beyond. That's the name of the band.
No, that's a band. I'm talking about a guy. There's some guy, and it might be somebody that we know. It might be somebody that already has a channel. But back 3 months ago, and I never even heard of it. And he's got 7 subscribers now. But his name is very, very close to my name.
I think I know who it is. Right.
And so he put actually, no. I don't even want to say the name, but it's very close. It would be like me. It would be like me. Let me just say what it would be like me doing. It would be like me starting a channel and calling it Ken Herring.
Yeah.
Or
Chris Hopes.
There's a bunch
Chris
of
Hopes.
There's a bunch of Chris Hopes channel.
Or
Artgo
drones. Yeah, it'd be just like that. Only or the original Dodo. Okay. Original Dodo. Or Sean Oz with 1 Z instead of 2. Yeah. Or think of or Joshua Bradwell. It would be like that. It would be like and why do people feel the need to do that? So I actually got a recommendation of his video, and I noticed that there were some comments in his video from some of the people that normally come into my chats. And I'm wondering how the hell they found this guy with 7 subscribers, because YouTube is probably recommending it when people type in my name. It's probably coming up very close. And I don't know if they are, because he does FPV stuff. I don't know if they're watching that video and thinking it's me. So I left a comment and something about it. It said something about like, be original, because when I came up with this name, I looked around. There was nothing like it. It was that different and that's strange. There was 1 or 2 videos out there, and where it says old man. Steve says, "Sorry, Mitch, you caught me." Well, it's not you, Steve, because you don't fly FPV like that. But it says "Old Man Flies a Drone" was the title of his video, and that was Bruce XJet.
Okay.
And that was just the title of one video. Old Man Flies a Drone. It wasn't a channel name, but this is somebody who obviously, and the stupidity of it to me is, if you're going to co-opt somebody's channel, why don't you co-opt somebody's channel that's actually got some followers? Yeah. I got 1,200 followers. I mean, who the hell wants, that's a tiny little channel. Why would you co-opt Ken Herron's channel? Co-opt the Ready, Set, Groan. Why don't you call it Ready, Set, Groan?
How about Ready, Set, Scones?
Yeah, Ready, Set, Ready, Ready, Set, Drones with an S. I mean, if you're gonna co-opt a channel, man, co-opt a channel that's going to get some serious hits.
Or with a Z.
Close enough to something serious. Or drones with a Z, yeah.
I really screwed up when I made my name. I thought Above and Beyond was going to be original. I was so far got lost that you could go through, I think, 6 pages of YouTube and not find me.
Yeah. Oh, you can't find me because I'm fuzzy.
Your camera went out. It likes the sign. It likes the old guy in the drone sign.
I lean back like this, and then it focuses.
Arizona Drone Dude. Agent K.
Yeah, Bill, Coast to Coast Drone. Steve Carpenter's here.
Yeah.
We've had a nice little crowd tonight, and I don't know where the time goes. Honest to God, I don't know where the time goes on these streams. It's
Well, I'm gonna cut out, Mitch. I need to go do.
Yeah, you gotta go and go into makeup. You gotta go to makeup and costuming, and you gotta get ready.
Wished I had a Ken doll.
What you doing tonight, Chris?
He's going to be the guest star on Ken Heroin show. Ken Heroin, I love that. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm thinking about doing a channel name, the Ken Heroin. I thought that would be pretty cool.
You got to leave the feather in the cap, though, there, Yankee Doodle boy.
Yeah.
Chris,
never comes out.
You make sure to tell Ken that Uncle Mitch said hello.
I'll do it, man.
All right. His old Uncle Mitch.
We'll catch y'all next time or somewhere
else.
All
right, buddy. Hey, thanks for coming in. And good luck. I'll be watching you tonight. Don't be nervous.
I want to see you looking your best now.
He always does.
You've seen it. All I can say is remember it.
Take care, buddy.
Take care. You're right, Peter Carroll. He is struggling. He done got the spoon, scraped the crap off the bottom of the dish.
When he gets around to me, that's when you'll know he's hit rock bottom.
I'll see y'all later.
Okay.
Hey, Pete Cow, Steve Mack, Michael Blade.
Hey, how you doing, guys? Good to see you. Ray Kelly's here too. Hey, Ray.
Yeah, hey, Ray.
There, you must have just shown up.
Hello to Ray? Yeah.
Yeah.
You
how
know,
you doing?
Which camera are you using, Mitch?
Just the 920. Logitech
good.
webcam. It works. It works fine for a stream like this.
No, those things are great. I mean, people have never had problems with them.
Yeah.
This Brio, I have more problems with than anything in the world. I don't know why.
You don't need 4K for a 720p web stream. You know.
We're not using it in 4K mode. I mean, I don't know why it goes out of focus on you, and the colors are always wrong.
This thing goes out of focus when I get close to it sometimes. And now I want it to go out of there. It goes. It gets a little fuzzy, but if I lean back, it gets straight. It's not got really the greatest autofocus.
It's got the tree back there. Oh, I'm sorry. That's your green screen.
That's my that never goes out of focus, man. You notice how at Jim at 8 o'clock at night when it's dark outside, I'm still I'm still got a nice blue sky and clouds out there. I had to
see. I'm in focus.
What weather, man? What weather we've had.
Oh, it's been nuts. It's been so wet. Although today I went out and flew at the park this morning and it was beautiful. It was nice and calm and early anyway. It was early when I flew. It was 8 o'clock.
It's hazy as hell here. You can't even see the mountains. That's how hazy it is.
You know that this is, according to Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, this is the worst California fires ever.
Yep.
Millions
200 million acres have burned in California. Yeah. Well, we've got a fire in just north and a little west of here in Larimer County that is really close to being number one in acreage burn. And we just broke that record about a month or two ago with another fire. Now we got this fire that just made.
I don't know why you guys don't learn. In 1998, Florida went on fire.
Oh, I remember that.
Ever since then, I worked 14 days straight during that gig.
Yeah, I remember 98. Oh, man.
Ever since then, we do controlled burns constantly.
And clear cutting.
Yep.
But you know what? You can't clear cut in California because you might disturb some snail darters or some other little bugs. And and then when we don't clear cut and we don't take preventive measures and the state burns down, we can blame it on global warming and throw the president out of office. Yeah, absolutely.
You see how we get right back to political again.
Oh yeah, well it's everything. Everything is politics these days. I mean, it's all politics. There's no reality. There's no reality anymore. Everything is the Matrix now. Everything is spoon-fed to us.
The altered limits, the altered reality.
It's fed to us in every media. Yeah, it's fed to us in every media, from Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitter.
Yeah.
It's 1984, man. Come on, man.
Here in Colorado, we had a beetle kill something like 20 or 30 years ago. And that's part of the reason why we're having these big fires. We can't go in and clear cut out the beetle kill. Instead, it all just rots, falls over, and then we have a big freaking fire.
Oh, you need to be like Florida. We had what they call a scrub jay. It's a bird. We had scrub jay sanctuaries.
Yeah, we have.
Until we finally turned around and said, kill the friggin' bird. We got to build a community called Bayside. Come on, man. We got to build. Screw the bird.
Steve Carpenter's forestry management.
Governors. We haven't had a Republican governor since, I think,
Reagan.
2004.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been here in Colorado since 1981. And we've had... in the last 40 years, we've had Republican or Democrat governors. We only had 8 years of Republican governors in all those years. And then because, Governor Lamb, when he got elected in 72, he's the one that started putting all these liberal judges on the state Supreme Court. And that's when the state started to go to shits.
Is it Sunday at 3:00 already, Art?
Mitch, you're right.
Ken Hearn awaits, man. Don't want to.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll see you over there. So don't forget tomorrow at 7 p.m. Art Co. And then Sunday, Thaddeus McConnell.
What do you mean tomorrow at 7 p.m.? You mean Saturday at 7 p.m.?
Yeah, Saturday at 7 p.m. or Sunday 7 a.m. if you're in the Philippines.
Okay, buddy.
All right, good night, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, good timing.
I see that thing that you were talking about before, June of 2020. So that definitely is copying you.
Yeah. Okay, you found the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna promote him, and I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, good luck to him. Got 7 subs. I don't care what he does. Honestly, I don't care what he does.
That is bullshit.
It is, and I've had shit stolen from me my whole entire life. Come up with businesses, come up with ideas. Next thing you know, somebody's copying everything you do, and you get tired of it. I try not to copy other people. Try to be somewhat inventive. Coming up with some kind of a brand that's a little different than everybody else, and
it's frustrating.
It is. But anyway, I hesitated to even talk about it. I just want to make sure there's no confusion, because I did see some comments from some of my regular guys in some of his videos. How'd that happen? If he only has 7 subs. All right, Jim, I think we about burned up 2 hours, and
I wanted to make sure I made it here, because I had to go from the Home Depot over to the auto parts store, because who the hell has a 1.5-inch socket? So I didn't know how late I was going to be, but I didn't want to miss it.
I don't. No, good. I'm glad you came in. I always like how I missed your show on Tuesday because I was just beat. I couldn't stay awake. I went to bed. At 8:30 on Tuesday night, but I usually like to come into your show. So glad you made it.
All right, buddy. You have a
all right, my
night.
friend. Yeah, you too, buddy. Take care. And with that, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Went pretty quick tonight. Sorry about the politics for those of you guys that don't care for that. I think most of us are pretty like-minded anyway, so we end up just preaching to the choir. But sometimes it's nice just to blow off a little steam. So with that, to my 16 remaining people here, I will say goodnight. Bring in a little traveling music here. Oh, there we go. I like that. Okay. Mike, GFO Drone and Tech Guy, thanks for coming. Jim, glad you could be here. And Steve Carpenter, good to see you, man. Take care, avoid the smoke and fire. Steve Mack, Arizona Drone Dude. Paulie's here, Drone Bum. Thanks for coming in. Bill, Coast to Coast Drones. Ray Kelly, good to see you tonight. And Pete Nunez was here, or still is. Pete Carroll. Peter, good to see you. Keep them straight down there, down under. And Carlos, thanks for coming in. Drone Worship, Dan was in the chat earlier. Michael Blade, thank you for coming. Agent K, always good to see you. Thanks. Appreciate you being here. Looking up. I think that's about everybody that I see in the past 15, 20 minutes. So, Jody, Drone Shots, don't want to miss you. You're still here. I think some of the guys go over to Night Train, to Mike's stream. But Ed was here back in the sky. I know he goes over to Mike's too. So anyway, we'll wrap it up tonight and take the rest of the day off, guys. Go play with your drones. Have a great day. We'll see you all on Sunday, and I'll turn it over to Spank, the monkey, to say goodnight.